You've seen it happen. Two people, same baby, same situation. One picks the baby up and within seconds they relax. The crying stops, the body softens, breathing slows. Another person tries the exact same thing, same position, same movement, same voice, and nothing changes. Sometimes it even gets worse. So what's the difference? Because from the outside, it shouldn't matter. The baby is being held. They are safe. Nothing dangerous is happening. And yet the response is completely different. Most people explain it simply. The baby prefers certain people. They're more familiar. They like the mother more. But that explanation doesn't hold up, because sometimes a complete stranger can calm a baby instantly, while someone they see every day can't. And once you notice that, it becomes harder to ignore, because the pattern is too consistent, too precise, too immediate. The reaction happens within seconds, sometimes even before the baby is fully held, which raises a deeper question. What exactly is the baby responding to? Because it's clearly not just who you are, what you say, or what you do. It's something else, something faster, something deeper. And once you see it, you can't unsee it, because the baby is not calming down because of your actions. They are calming down because of your state. And in the next part, we're going to break down why that difference matters more than anything you physically do. When someone tries to calm a baby, they usually focus on behavior: rocking, shushing, holding position, voice tone, all visible actions, all controllable, all easy to copy. But here's the problem. Two people can do all of those things exactly the same way and still get completely different results. Because the baby is not responding to the technique. They are responding to something underneath the technique. Your nervous system. Not what you intend, not what you perform, but what your body is actually broadcasting in that moment. Because every human body carries signals. Muscle tension, breathing rhythm, micro movements, internal stress levels be, and even when you try to act calm, your body may not be calm at all. And the baby can pick that up, not consciously, not deliberately, but biologically, because their system is still learning how regulation works, and it uses other nervous systems as reference points. So when you hold a baby, you are not just holding them physically, you are exposing them to your internal state. Now here's where it becomes more precise. If your system is stable, slow breathing, low tension, consistent rhythm, the baby's system begins to align with it. Gradually, naturally. But if your system is unstable, tight muscles, irregular breathing, subtle stress signals, the baby doesn't understand that. They just feel the inconsistency. And inconsistency means unpredictability. And unpredictability means the system cannot relax. So the crying continues or increases, even if everything you're doing looks correct. Now think about how fast this happens. Sometimes the baby calms within seconds. That's not learned behavior. That's not recognition. That is immediate physiological response, which means the system is reading signals faster than conscious thought. And this is why some people seem to have a natural ability with babies. Not because they know more, but because their baseline state is more regulated, more consistent, more predictable, and the baby's system locks onto that instantly. But this still leaves one question unanswered. If babies are reading internal states, how are they doing it so fast, so accurately, without language, without experience? Because the precision of that response suggests something deeper, something built into the system from the beginning. And in the next part, we're going to explore how babies use other people's nervous systems as a kind of external regulator, and why that changes everything about how we think calming actually works. There's something most people don't realize about babies. They don't fully regulate themselves yet. Not their emotions, not their stress, not even their physical state. Those systems are still developing, still unstable, still learning how to function. So instead, they borrow regulation from the environment, from interaction, from you. This is what makes the difference between someone who can calm a baby instantly and someone who can't. Because when you hold a baby, you are not just comforting them. You are acting as a temporary extension of their nervous system. Your breathing becomes a reference. Your stillness becomes a signal. Your rhythm becomes something their body can follow. And if those signals are clear, consistent, predictable, the baby's system begins to settle. Not because they decide to calm down, but because their body finally has something stable to synchronize with. Now here's where it becomes more interesting. This process doesn't require effort. It doesn't require technique. It doesn't even require awareness. It only requires one thing: coherence. A state where your internal signals are aligned, your breathing matches your posture, your movement matches your intention. Your body is not sending mixed messages. Because when signals are coherent, they are easy to follow. But when signals are fragmented, calm voice, but tense muscles, slow movement, but irregular breathing, the system becomes harder to interpret. And for a baby, hard to interpret signals are not neutral. They are destabilizing. Which means calming a baby is not about doing more. It's about being more consistent. But there's something else happening underneath this. Because babies don't just synchronize with anyone equally. They don't respond the same way to every nervous system they encounter. Some people create immediate alignment, others don't, and that difference happens too quickly to be learned in the moment, which raises a deeper question. Is the baby only responding to what is happening now, or are they responding to something already stored, something built from previous interactions, something that shapes how easily synchronization can occur? And in the next part, we're going to look at how past experience changes how a baby responds to different people, and why some nervous systems feel compatible instantly. There's a moment that feels almost invisible. A baby is upset. Someone new walks in. They haven't done anything yet. No words, no touch. And still, something shifts. Not fully calm, but different. The crying pauses, the body hesitates, like the system is reconsidering something. This is where the idea of preference starts to break down, because preference implies familiarity, recognition, time. But this happens too fast for that. So what's actually happening? Researchers studying early development suggest that infants don't just learn people. They learn patterns of regulation, how a system behaves under pressure, how stable it is, how predictable its responses are. And over time, the baby's internal map of what regulated feels like. Not consciously, not in words, but as a baseline, a reference. So when a new person enters, the baby isn't asking, do I know this person? They're asking something deeper. Does this feel like something I can stabilize with? And that question gets answered almost instantly, because the signals are already there. In posture, in movement, in breathing, in timing, all of it forms a pattern. And sometimes that pattern matches what the baby's system is already looking for. When that happens, alignment becomes easy. Not forced, not learned, just immediate, which creates that strange moment. A baby calming down with someone they've never met before. Now here's the important shift. This is not about personality. It's not about being good with kids. It's about compatibility between nervous systems. Whether one system can provide a stable reference for another. And that compatibility is not evenly distributed. Some people naturally carry more stable patterns, others carry more variability. More tension, more inconsistency. And the baby's system detects that instantly, not as judgment, not as preference, as data. Which leads to a subtle but powerful idea. A baby is not choosing who they like. They are responding to what helps them regulate. And once you see that, a lot of things start to make sense. Why some parents struggle to calm their own child in certain moments. Why a stranger can sometimes succeed instantly. Why technique doesn't always work. Because regulation cannot be faked. It can only be transmitted. But there's still one final layer left. Because everything so far explains how calming works, but not why the effect is so strong. Why a baby can go from full distress to complete calm in seconds. That kind of shift suggests something deeper than gradual learning. And in the final part, we're going to bring everything together and explore the most important idea in this episode. That calming a baby is not about changing them. It's about temporarily becoming the system they cannot yet be. There's a misconception that sounds harmless, but changes everything once you question it. That calming a baby is something you do to them. A technique, a method, a set of actions. But in reality, that's not what's happening. Not even close. Because a baby is not regulating from instructions. They are regulating through relationship, through proximity, through rhythm, through shared state. Which means the calming process is not one-directional. It is co-created in real time. And in many cases, it starts before any action is taken, before the hold, before the sound, before the movement, because the baby is already reading the field around them, the stability, the predictability, the coherence. And when that field is stable enough, their system begins to downshift. Not because something changed externally, but because nothing inside them needs to stay on alert anymore. Now here's the deeper shift. A baby does not yet have a fully developed internal regulator. That system is still under construction. So in early life, regulation is partially outsourced to caregivers, to presence, to interaction patterns, which means your nervous system is not just helping, it is temporarily becoming part of their regulatory structure, not metaphorically, functionally, because their body uses your stability as a template, a reference state, a borrowed baseline. And when that baseline is consistent, the baby can safely relax into it. But when it is not, the system stays active, searching, testing, escalating if necessary. And this is why the shift can feel so sudden, because once enough stability is detected, the system doesn't slowly relax. It switches state, from alert to safe, from searching to settling, from dysregulated to regulated, all at once. Not because everything is solved, but because the system finally has something it can trust in real time. And that trust signal is not cognitive, it's physiological, a felt sense of safety, not understood, but experienced. So when someone instantly calms a baby, what you are really seeing is not control, not technique, not skill. You are seeing compatibility between two nervous systems, one stable enough to anchor, one flexible enough to sync. And the moment they align, the baby no longer needs to stay in distress mode because the environment has changed from uncertain to predictable. And for an infant, that is enough to reorganize everything. So the final truth is simple, but easy to misunderstand. You don't calm a baby by forcing calm into them. You calm a baby by becoming the kind of presence their system can safely borrow stability from. And that means something deeper than parenting advice. It means early human development is not just about the child. It is about systems interacting before language exists, before identity, before explanation, before memory as we know it. Just nervous systems, learning how to stay regulated through each other. So the next time a baby goes quiet in your arms or stops crying when someone new walks in, it's not magic. It's not coincidence. It is regulation transferring through connection, in real time, without words, without awareness. And that is the part most people never see. Because what looks like calming a baby from the outside is actually two nervous systems briefly becoming one shared state of safety.